What's up, football fans, and welcome to the 2024 NFL season predictions on Tim Reynolds Show, as we're going division by division to give you guys what I think will be the records for each team at the end of the year, and we're also going to give you guys each team's offense and defensive MVP and a few impact players to look out for as we go division by division, starting out with the AFC East, and we'll kick this off with the New York Jets. Now, last year's rankings for this team, they ranked 30th in passing yards as far as offensive rankings go, and 22nd in rushing on offense. Also, their defensive rankings, we had in passing yards, they were second, and they were 25th against the rush on defense. So obviously, that defense is going to look to improve that rushing overall stat, and we know with Aaron Rodgers coming back for this team, you know that passing offense is definitely going to be a lot better than ranked 30th in the league. So my prediction for the New York Jets in 2024 would be a record of 12-5, and I have them winning the division just based on how easy their schedule sort of is compared to the Miami Dolphins. Now, I do think that the Dolphins are a better overall team, but as far as records go, I got them winning the division to start out. As far as their offense and defensive MVPs, I have Aaron Rodgers as the offensive MVP for the New York Jets. I think with him coming back from his injury, he's going to look to ball out and prove all the critics wrong, and Aaron Rodgers is one of the guys that I'm not going to doubt. If I had to give you a co-MVP or another impact player to look for on the offense, it's going to be running back Breece Hall. I really do think that he's going to be one of the top running backs in the league this year, especially for fantasy football. And as far as defensive MVPs, I got your defensive MVP for the New York Jets being none other than cornerback Sauce Gardner. Now, this guy is definitely one of the elite corners in the NFL, but as far as other impact players on this defense, look for defensive lineman Quentin Williams to also have a huge impact on this New York Jets defense as they look to get that 25th rush ranking on that defense up from last year, which I definitely expect them to improve. And hey, they're going to be stingy in the pass game with Sauce Gardner always locking down the number one wide receiver there for this New York Jets defense, which should be a top 10 defense this year overall in the NFL, which is why I mostly have them winning the division there for the AFC East. Now, going through the rest of the teams here, starting out with the New England Patriots, and my prediction for their 2024 record is going to be 2-15. Now, I know that there could be a lot of more wins for this team by the end of the year, depending on what teams actually show up to face them, because honestly, man, it's going to be a rough year for Patriots fans and for the New England faithful, because I just think with the new coaching staff, all these young players that they have, and more than likely using a rookie quarterback to start out the season, or at least, halfway or part of the way through the season, I don't think quarterback Jacoby Brissett is going to be the guy that holds the reins on this starting quarterback job the whole season. So Drake May is going to come in, so you may have some bumps and bruises there with a rookie quarterback. So it's going to be a rough season there for the New England Patriots, as I have their record 2-15 for the 2024 NFL season. As far as their rankings last year, we seen them offensively. They were ranked number 28th in the pass and number 26th in the rushing. So they're definitely going to look to improve off that. And I think rookie Drake May is definitely going to help improve that passing offense for sure. And as far as their offensive MVPs go, I have running back Ramondre Stevenson as the New England Patriots offensive MVP, because they're going to really need to control the line of scrimmage and also control the time clock if they want to be able to win games this year. And I think Ramondre Stevenson is really going to help them out with that, especially after signing a really good contract extension this past offseason with the team. As far as their defensive MVP goes, well, the rankings that they were last year on defense for the New England Patriots, they were ranked number 11th in passing defense, and they were ranked 4th in rushing defense. So with Bill Belichick no longer the head coach, it's going to be very interesting to see how much better or worse this defense plays under Gerard Mayo. As far as their defensive MVP, I have cornerback Christian Gonzalez, the up-and-comer, one of the best up-and-coming corners in the NFL. This guy, I think, is going to be a big impact on this defense this year, more so than anybody else. If I could give you another impact player for both offense and defense, as far as offense goes, I think it's going to be quarterback Drake May. The rookie quarterback's going to come into his own eventually at some point this year, so watch out for him as far as an impact player. And then a defensive impact player, I always like Jabril Peppers. He's a really good veteran in the secondary there for New England, so watch out for those guys. And then up next, we have the Buffalo Bills. Now, my 2024 prediction for their record at the end of the year, it would be 9-8. As far as their rankings last year, we seen an offense that was ranked number 8th in the pass and number were 7th in rushing yards. So this is going to be really, really interesting to see if they can improve on this top 10 offense from last year. As far as their defense goes, they ranked 7th in the pass and 15th in rushing defense. So with all the question marks they have right now as far as injuries in the secondary and all the veterans that have been pretty much cut this past offseason, what's that going to mean as far as their defensive rankings, especially in the passing game? And you know they're always going to be stingy in the run with Sean McDermott as their head coach. Now, as far as that record, man, 9-8, they just have a very, very tough schedule, the Buffalo Bills, and I think they're also in a tough division. So I think if they're going to make the playoffs this year, they're going to have to upset a couple different teams in order to get to 10, 11 wins this year, which I think would probably be their cap if I had to guess. As far as their offense and defensive MVPs this year, I'm going with quarterback Josh Allen as their offensive MVP. You can't doubt this guy because he's definitely has one of the best arms in the whole entire league. Plus, he's so good with his legs and avoiding the sack and taking, usually getting rid of the ball and not taking the bad play, not taking the unnecessary play, that a lot of quarterbacks try to do when they put too much on their shoulders. Josh Allen is definitely one of them guys. As long as he can tone down on the interceptions a little bit, he'll be the Bills' offensive MVP. As far as an impact player on offense, watch for running back Dalvin Cook to really take another step forward in this offense. He really showed us at the end of last year that he can carry this offense on his back as far as rushing the ball and catching it out the backfield. Now, as far as their defensive MVPs for the Buffalo Bills, I have outside linebacker Von Miller as their defensive MVP, as he's going to need to really establish a presence on their defensive line if they're going to have any shot this year at the playoffs. So we're going to our next and final team, which is the Miami Dolphins. Now, man, I would have picked this team to win the division if it wasn't for how tough their schedule is. But right now, my prediction for the Miami Dolphins 2024 NFL season comes down to a record of 11-6. Now, we give you guys the rankings from last year. As far as the offense goes, they were ranked 1st in passing offense last year and 6th in rushing offense. So a top 5 offense. I really do think that that's going to be a repeat again this year with all the weapons that Tua has, plus all of them have been paid. Tyreek Hill has gotten a contract extension. Waddle got a contract extension, and so did Tua. So look for these guys to really have a top 5 offense, in my opinion, and really show the league something with their aerial attack. But the other guy, their offensive MVP, I'm going with Tua Tagovailoa. But I want to mention running back Devon Achane is a guy that you have got to pick up in fantasy and look out for. He is going to be a huge impact player on this offense, and I really think he's going to help dictate how this offense goes. Now, Tua is going to be my offensive MVP because, hey, if you don't have him, you don't have a team. Right now, there's a lot of teams you could say this about, but right now the Miami Dolphins don't really have a good second string or backup quarterback. So Tua is going to be the one that needs to carry this team if they're going to want to have another playoff run in 2024. As far as their defensive MVP goes, there's a guy there that is a new player on this team that brings a veteran presence and is from the city of Miami. He went to the University of Miami, and I'm talking about defensive tackle Calais Campbell. I think this guy's veteran presence on that beat-up defensive line for the Miami Dolphins is going to make all the difference. Not to mention, as far as defensive impact players, when you add a safety like Jordan Poyer, you guys know that guy is going to make sure that secondary and that defense is lined up where they're supposed to be and ready to go on Sundays. So with those 2 veteran guys added to this defense, I really do think that they're going to be a game changer. And hey, I think the Miami Dolphins are really going to contend for the division. But right now, just based on the schedules that they have listed from both them and the New York Jets, I've picked the New York Jets to win the division in the AFC East. But the Miami Dolphins are definitely going to be a close second, if not the winners of this division, and making a strong playoff run in this one. So does that mean that the Buffalo Bills are going to be left out? Well, they've always proven people wrong just by going of their schedule. This is what I've picked them with the record of having 9-8. So I don't know if that's going to be good enough for the Buffalo Bills to make the playoffs, but hey, anything can happen in the NFL. And this has been your NFL predictions from Tim Reynolds Show. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more football content and sports entertainment. And thank you for watching my 2024 2024 NFL season prediction show for the AFC East. Thank you guys. Like I said, please leave some comments down below. If you have a favorite team in the AFC East, please let me know what you think. I'd love to get some feedback from you guys, and please like and subscribe to the channel and help me support this sports entertainment channel. This is my dream that I'm trying to follow, and thank you guys so much. I am so pumped up and ready for the 2024 NFL season, and it's going to be one to remember. Peace out, guys. Have a great day.